Natalie, I wanted to check in with you for what your plans were for this year. We had the New Year's party at your parents' house last year, right? Isn't that what happened? That's right. It was such a great party. Probably the best New Year's party I've been to yet. I hope this year's party can live up to what we did last time. So it was at your parents' house then. That means you're going to be coming to my New Year's party, right? You switch every year which family's party you go to, right? Well, I haven't talked about it with Connor yet. We usually discuss what our plans are together. We haven't decided what we're doing yet. I'll have to ask him about that. You haven't decided yet? Why not? I thought for sure that you'd be coming to my house this year. Don't you think that's the right thing to do? I've already told a lot of people what I was planning. I invited them to my place. Oh, you've already made plans then? I've only invited family so far, but I was expecting them to come in the first place. And since you went to your parents' house last year, don't you think it's only fair that you come here this time? I mean, it's been 3 years since you last even visited my house during the holidays. There was a good reason for us not coming for so long. Connor was sick 2 years ago when it was the year we were supposed to go to your place. He was so sick that he didn't leave bed for the entire holiday. I remember it well. That's why I was wondering why you didn't come to my place last year. I thought you'd make up for 2 years ago by coming to my house last time. But then your grandmother got sick and it looked like she might not make it. So you weren't even able to come over here for a second year in a row. It was a pretty scary time. We all thought we'd never get to see her again. But we're all grateful that she got better. We all care about her a lot. I'm glad to hear that. I never did hear if she survived or not. I thought for sure she was a goner. The doctor said it was close, but she was able to make it thanks to them. I can't thank them enough. If I had known she was going to be just fine, I would have been more demanding that you show up to my New Year's party. I never knew you care so much about me showing up. There's been 2 times in a row now that you've missed out on my party. That's why I'm wanting you to show up this time for sure. You know Michelle. She's planning on coming over this year. You haven't had the chance to get to know her well. You're right, I have only seen her a few times. She's always busy with work. I never get to see her either, and I'm her own mother. You'd think that I'd at least be able to see my own daughter regularly. And I've already talked with Connor myself. He said that he was thinking of coming here this year. So I thought he'd already told you about this. I'll have to ask him about our plans. He didn't tell me anything yet. I'll let you know what we decided after I discuss it with him. Did you have any plans on when you were going to hold the party then? I might be busy until the 28th. Don't worry. I'm planning to have my party on the 30th. There shouldn't be a problem. I've never heard of anyone working on the 30th, so I'm sure you'll be able to make it just fine. You can help me get ready on the 30th. I'm planning to go all out with this year's event. Make sure you let Connor know as well. You want me to help you set up things on the 30th? Just exactly what are you planning? I want you to set things up for me. It's only fair after missing 2 years in a row. You're not getting a free pass just because you're Connor's wife. What do you have in mind then? Are you wanting me to help with the setup? I've had to set up everything by myself for the last 2 years. It's only fair you pull your weight this year. So make sure you do a good job. I want things to be perfect. Is this because I've been working in the service industry? Why do you want me to do this? You work at a bar, right? You'd be perfect for this. I can't think of a better person to help me with this task. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do for me. I can't promise anything until I talk this over with Connor. When I'm done talking with him, I'll let you know what we're going to do. Well then, you'd better hurry up and talk with him. I don't have time for you to take your time with this. I want your response to be quick. I'll let you know later then. I heard from Connor that you'll be coming over this year. He told me that you talked it through and decided that you wanted to come to my party. I'm glad you made the right choice. There are going to be so many people for you to meet. It's going to be so much fun. You heard right. Connor and I thought we'd stop by this year. We'll try to be a help in any way that we can. Just give us the word and we'll assist you. I'm glad you're looking forward to having us. This should hopefully be a good time. Of course I'm looking forward to having you two here. Why do you think I've been telling you to come all this time? I know you're going to make a lovely dinner for everyone. Try not to let everyone down, okay? I know I said we'd be willing to help, but isn't that a bit much? I haven't been to your house in a while, too. I don't know what kind of kitchenware I'd be working with. Are you sure there isn't anything else we could help you with? I've already decided what I wanted you to do. I'm certain this is the best choice to make. You're a much better cook than me, aren't you? I'm sure you'd blow us away with what you're going to prepare. I'm not that great of a cook. I work at a bar, not at a restaurant. If I were to cook instead of you, I'd just make something subpar. That's why I want you to do this. I'm sure you'll be able to create a lovely dinner as long as you give it a shot. If you could at least help me with the cooking, it'd make a big difference. I don't know what your family likes to eat, so if I could know what they would want, I'd have a better idea what to do. It's nice of you to say that, but I don't think I can be of much help. I've been dealing with some terrible back pain. It hurts to even just stand. I wouldn't be able to help you with any of the cooking when I'm like this. You've been dealing with back pain? Are you going to be okay? It might be best if we scale back our plans then. We can't go all out if you're not in any condition to do that. If you want to call off the party, we would be fine changing our plans for you. I can't let that happen! I've already told everyone my plans. If I were to back out now, it'd just disappoint everyone. They're all so excited. I've even made a group chat with the family so I can give them updates on what I'm planning. Here, I'll give you an invite so you can be up to date too. Thanks. It's nice of you to keep me in the loop about this. There's going to be lots of people your age. Isn't that just great? Just make sure you're ready for the big day. It's going to get busy with everything I'm planning. And make sure to say hi to everyone in the group chat. Don't be shy. There's lots of people curious to know what you're like as Connor's wife. So don't forget to leave a good impression on everyone. Okay. I'll make sure to say hello. All right. Well, I've got to get going. I can't chat with you all day. I'm so excited for this, Natalie. I know you're going to do a great job. Hi, Natalie. I was curious when your last day of work is going to be this year. Are you going to be working until the 28th? Or are you going to be off at an earlier time? Have you at least figured that out yet? I've talked it out with my boss. My final day of work this year is going to be the 26th. Oh, would you look at that? That's earlier than I thought. I was thinking you'd be getting off on the same day as your husband. It wasn't easy for me to get off this early. My boss had a child and they needed all hands on deck. I had to work extra shifts this December just so I could get off as early as I am. Well, it's good that you'll make it to the party, no problem. It looks like things are going to work out great. This was perfect timing for you to have extra time. Perfect timing? What do you mean? You're going to be pretty busy with how many people I'm going to be having come to the party. Not only are all my close family going to be there, I've invited some other people as well. There's going to be 20 people at the party, so you'll have to get started on the shopping. Don't forget to get the drinks and snacks while you're out buying ingredients. That's quite a lot of people. I know I told you to come over on the 30th, but there's been a change of plans. I'm thinking for you to get started on the 27th. You'll need all the time you can get. I already have plans on the 27th to have fun with friends and celebrate being done for the year. I'm not going to be able to come on that day. I've already told them I'll be there. I don't care if you have to come on the 28th, as long as you get everything done. But if you can't come till the 28th, you'll have to get there first thing in the morning. Are you sure it's not going to be a problem? Don't you think that's cutting it close? You're right that it's going to be a lot of work, that's for sure. Then why don't you forget about your plans and get here on the 27th? I am hoping it's not going to take that long. I'm sure we'll be able to finish things in time. And Connor doesn't get off until after the 28th. He won't be able to help until the 30th. I'm sure he'll be able to find some time. This is my party we're talking about. Connor can stop by after work. And it's not like I'm going to be of much help. I've got my back that I'm dealing with. You're not used to doing this either, so that's likely going to cost us more time as well. That's why I'm having you come so early in the first place. I don't want any chance for this party to fail. It's good for you to give us all this time, but we've got plans of our own too. Connor is planning on coming over to my parents' house and saying hi. It's been a while since he's seen my parents, so he was wanting to catch up with them. He's going to be busy with work as well, so he's only available to help on the day of. He's going to your parents' house? Why would he bother doing that? That's what he told me. Is there a problem with that? But I'm having the party here this year. He doesn't need to see your parents. We're still planning to go to your party. This isn't going to change that. But I think it's nice of him to come with me to my parents to catch them up on what's going on in our lives. But I want him to be here helping me. Why would he visit your parents at a time like this? He should be focusing on me. He could have waited till the new year to do this. What was he thinking? He's made plans to do this a while ago. He didn't think you'd need him to come this early. It's too late for him to change plans. Then maybe I'll call your parents and let them know I don't agree with this. He's my son. He should be putting my party first, not your parents. You don't have to do this. It isn't something you need to worry about. But it is something I need to worry about. My party is on the line here. I need all the help I need for this to go as perfectly as I'm hoping for it to go. He's been putting too much attention and caring about what your parents want and not about his own mother. He hasn't even come to the party for 2 years in a row. And yet he's still seeing your parents. Why are you so upset about this? This isn't going to be an issue. He's going to visit on the 29th. That still gives you 2 days he can help you. I don't care how much time he thinks he has. This is unacceptable. Betraying his own mother like this. You'd think he'd care more about what his mother wants over someone else's parents. And you taking his side on this only shows how selfish you two are acting. I'm sorry you feel that way. If he doesn't want me calling your parents, he'd better prove his loyalty to me. I want him to call me and promise that he's not going to visit your parents. I'm going to let your parents know everything if he doesn't know his place. I understand. I'll let him know what you told me. And you! I want you to come on the 27th. This isn't going to work if you two don't listen to me. I want you to take me seriously. I'm not letting you two ruin my party. Fine. Just how long are you planning to take shopping? It's been ages since you left to go shopping. What is taking you so long? Time is of the essence. I can't have you taking all day doing this. Hi, Susan. Sorry for the delay. It took me longer than I expected. Getting everything loaded into the car took me longer than I thought. It took time finding everything, too. You haven't even started shopping for the decorations I wanted you to buy. I need you to hurry up and get moving. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. But can I at least get some time to catch my breath? Time to catch your breath? There's no time for that. You'd never be ready in time if I give you a break. The party is in 2 days. Everyone is going to be expecting something huge and I can't let them down. I know this is important for you, but I'm exhausted. I've been working since the morning getting things ready for you. You're still young, aren't you? What are you complaining about being too tired? And for the last 2 years, I've been getting the party set up all by myself. Do you know how hard that was? I'm not going to let you complain when you didn't even help me the last 2 times. That must have been tough for you. Michelle is going to be here tomorrow. It's the first time she's been back in a while. So I want to impress her with my progress. It's only going to get busier anyway. You're going to start cooking come tomorrow, so I'll need you here first thing in the morning. I got it. And Connor will finally be joining to help tomorrow too. So don't you complain about this. I understand. And when you're finally done getting those decorations for the party, I want you to get back here so you can make us dinner. Make you dinner? But that has nothing to do with the party. But my husband and I haven't had anything to eat for dinner. We're starving. We can't give you orders when we haven't been properly fed. And with how long you've been taking, you've been making us wait longer and longer. Look, can we talk about this? Can't you both figure out something for yourselves? You don't need to rely on me for this. But my back is killing me! You can't expect me to take care of this. It'd only worsen my condition. I'm not letting that happen. It's only fair that you do this for me. You've hardly been a help this whole time. Sorry that things aren't going the way you wanted. I don't need your apologies. I need you to stop being so slow and pick up the pace. I can't wait for you forever. I can't believe Connor married someone as slow and unhelpful as you. I thought he'd have a better eye for choosing a marriage partner. But I guess everyone makes mistakes. I'll be back before long. If you want me to take care of this, then I will. It's about time you started listening to what I've been telling you. My patience is running out, so make sure you don't keep me waiting much longer. People are starting to come, Natalie. You need to hurry things up. Is the food almost done yet? I need everything to be done in the next few minutes. It's going just as planned. It'll be ready in just a moment. I'm impressed. I didn't know you actually were this good of a cook. But from what it looks like, it turned out better than I expected. Everything looks delicious. If I knew it was going to look this good, I should have told everyone that it was me who made this. You can tell them if you want. I don't really care. Really? You're fine with me taking credit for this. I'm just glad you're pleased with how everything looks. If it makes you that happy, I don't mind if you say you made it and I just helped you with it. You're the one who cares about image. This would certainly impress everyone. So you're telling me this is fine then? You're not going to get upset later, are you? I'm just Connor's wife. I don't need to take credit for this. I'm glad you're seeing things my way. I didn't think you'd start being so agreeable out of nowhere. Then I'll make sure everyone hears about how hard I worked on making tonight's dinner. Then why don't you head out and buy a few things while I act like I'm finishing dinner? After you get back, you can start interacting with the other guests. Sounds good. I'll grab a few extra drinks for everyone and be back soon. I'll be seeing you at dinner then. Hey, what's going on? What is it? Did you make it back from the store then? I've made it back. But where are you right now? Did you go somewhere? I'm in the other room talking to my friends. I'm having a lovely time getting to catch up with them again. You don't know how long I've been waiting for this party. Things are going great today. So what was it then? What's so important that you have to interrupt my conversation? It looks like you got started with dinner while I was out picking up those drinks. Is that right? Was it you who told everyone to start eating? Yeah, it was me. Dinner was ready and I didn't feel like making everyone wait all day. I was wondering where all the food went. I didn't think I was gone for that long. You should have seen how excited everyone was to dig in. They really enjoyed the food that I prepared for us. But that's where I have a problem. Where did all the food go? Oh, you wanted to eat too, didn't you? It's too bad there isn't much left now. Everyone was so hungry that they couldn't help themselves. Sorry you weren't here for the start of dinner, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. There should be some scraps left for you if you look hard enough. Were you planning for this to happen? Did you do this on purpose? You could say that. It was too funny, I just had to try it. And didn't you say that I could take credit for making dinner? That means I can decide when we can start eating. Why should I care if you get to eat when it's my food now? But why would you do this? Why couldn't you make sure there was still food left for me? This party is meant to be for my special guests. You aren't really a guest. You're more like my helper. You should have bought something for yourself while you were out buying those drinks. So after helping you put this on, you treat me like this. Even though I was the one who made dinner and even let you take credit for it. You won't even let me eat a single bite of the food I worked so hard to make? That's just how it is. It's my party, so I get to decide. If I considered you a guest, I'd make sure to save some food for when you get back. But you're nothing but my servant. You don't deserve to have dinner. You're supposed to work. You'd go as far as that? Do you really not care about me that much? I knew that you and I had some bad blood between us, but I still thought you had some respect for me. That even if we had our problems, you wouldn't treat me like this. So you finally understand how I really feel about you then. It's about time. If you didn't want this to happen, you shouldn't have been so careless. But you haven't always been that bright, have you? I knew I could use you if I tried. You're not wrong. I should have known you were planning this from the start. My plan went just as planned. You did everything I asked and made me look like a star in front of my guests. Since you worked so hard for me, I'll let you have whatever you can find in the fridge. If you don't see anything you like, you can leave and go pick out takeout or something. If those are my options, then I think I'll leave and eat somewhere else. There isn't anything here that I'd want. Your guests already ate everything I was hoping to have. I'll be leaving now. I don't feel comfortable being here either, so I'll take your suggestion and find somewhere else to go. Wait, you're really planning on leaving already? Where do you think you're going? That was a joke! I want you here! Who's going to help me if I don't have you to boss around? What on earth is going on? What did you do, Natalie? I went to the bathroom for a few minutes. By the time I'm back, everyone has already left! Why did everyone leave? Where did everyone go? Oh, me? I went to a place I know wants me. I headed back home. There wasn't much traffic either, so I should be getting there faster than I expected. I should be getting there in just a few minutes. It's going to be so much fun. I'm not asking where you went. I'm asking you where all of my guests went. Where could everyone have gone while I wasn't looking? It doesn't make any sense. When you say everyone, you're talking about all your family and guests, right? Of course I am! Who else would I be talking about right now? They decided to head home. They didn't feel like sticking around. They went home. But they left in the middle of the party! They got word about how you were treating me and decided they didn't want to support you. You told them about what I was doing to you. You complained to them and made them leave. I didn't tell them anything. They learned about it without me saying a word. By the way, did you make sure to sit down and eat dinner yourself? Eat dinner? What does that have to do with anything? Either way, I've been busy talking to guests and making sure everyone was having a good time. I didn't have any time to eat. Then you better taste the food for yourself. Oh, right. Didn't you say that all the food was gone? Taste the food? What are you talking about? Wait, there were some leftovers that I had hidden in the fridge. I'll see what you're talking about. What the? This tastes awful! What is this made of? Did all of the food taste like this? I guess you weren't as good of a chef as you thought you were. After all, it was you who made the food. You should let someone else cook if it was going to be this bad. It may have looked excellent, but it sure tasted terrible. I give you a 10 for presentation, but a 0 for taste. Next time I taste the food that you made before serving it to all of your precious guests. You made all that food go to waste. I only took credit for this food. You know I'd never serve something so awful if I had made it. Are you that bad of a cook? How could you make something so repulsive? Or were you planning this? You made me take credit on purpose. You caught me red-handed. I couldn't have done it without Connor and Michelle, though. I'm glad I had their help with this. How did you get their help with this? They would never do this to me. You must have blackmailed them. Made them do it against their will. I don't need blackmail to get their help. I asked them and they agreed. They wanted to help me. They thought you deserved to be knocked down a peg. I'm their mother. They would never help you. They made sure you didn't touch any of the food before dinner. Whenever you got close to the food, they'd start a conversation with you or tell you one of your guests had arrived. Without them, you would have figured this out before everyone had a chance to eat. I can't thank them enough for their help. Everything went perfectly. They did that to distract me. But then how did everyone find out how I was treating you? Even if the food was awful, that wouldn't have given away how I've been treating you. You must have told them. There's no other way than that. It's like I said earlier. I didn't have to say a thing. In fact, you'll be surprised to hear this. You were the one who gave it away. Me? But how does that make any sense? I'm not as stupid as to do that. You're not as clever as you think. In fact, it looks like you haven't even noticed what you did. I didn't say a thing about what I did. And there wasn't any evidence of what I was doing. I wouldn't tell them what I was doing either. You're lying to me. Did you make sure to see what chat you were using when you were texting me earlier? You were accidentally using the group chat when you were talking to me. You gave yourself away. Wait. What? Huh? How did I? You should have been more careful when you were messaging me. If you were always planning to be so cruel, you should have at least had the diligence to not slip up like this. Thanks for giving yourself away. I didn't have to explain myself at all to your family and guests. It saved me all the time of explaining why I was leaving the party so early. Thanks again for explaining everything to them. It's good of you to be so honest and vulnerable. I've been so busy with the party. I didn't have time to make sure I was sending the messages to the right chat. How could I have been so careless? Don't worry, no one's worried about your carelessness. They're more worried that you could be so cruel to me. I can't believe this. Don't be so surprised. Lots of your guests already knew about how cruel you've been to your family. Your husband has told us himself all the horror stories of having you as his wife. When I mentioned to Michelle and Connor my plan of sabotaging the food, they were all on board. You'd be surprised how many people already know your true colors. How could you do this to me? You completely ruined my party. What were you thinking? You can't just do this to me. You're only Connor's wife. You should have been grateful that I let you come to my party. And yet you plotted against me in order to ruin everything. You won't get away with this. I'll never forgive you. I don't need your forgiveness. I'm fine with you hating my guts. Are you so sure about that? You've already treated me like trash. How worse could it get from here? And just so you know, me and Connor haven't forgiven you for how you treated us either. You don't have to lie about your back pain or how you feel about us any longer. We already know everything. Isn't that what everyone strives for? To be their true selves. Now you can be your true self without worrying at all about what me or Connor or what anyone else thinks. What I was doing was justified. I was exercising my rights as your mother-in-law. Even after showing your true self, you're still trying to make excuses? I don't see how you could think what you were doing was right. Don't you have any respect for any of your family? It's your place to listen to everything I say. You're nothing special. The only reason I bother having you around is you're Connor's wife. And that's what I can't stand about you. You only care about what you want. You push people around and don't care about how they feel. Do you realize how many people you've hurt with your selfishness? I'm just pushing everyone to be their best. What I do makes sure everyone can be the best that they can. I'm thinking of everyone's future. I can't have them become good-for-nothing idiots. Is that because you care about your family? Or because you're worried that we'll make you look bad? I'm doing it for them! Then why are all your relationships with your children and family terrible? Do you even know what your kids think about you? Why wouldn't I? I was the one who raised them. I know everything about them. You may have raised them, but you have no idea what they think of you. Why would you think Michelle and Connor would leave the house the first chance they got? They would have stayed at home longer if you weren't so terrible. But from what they told me, they couldn't stand staying another second with you. They left me because they hated me. It wasn't because they wanted their own place. It was because of me. You always were bossing them around and wouldn't give them their own space. You used them for your own gains and didn't ever care about how they felt. You ruled the house with an iron fist and everything had to be your way. Of course they'd want to leave when you treated them like that. I wasn't trying to boss them around. I just wanted them to be strong. They had to be ready for the real world. It doesn't matter what your intentions were. Not that I believe what you're saying. With that said, I'm done with you. You're done with me? What are you saying? I'm doing what anyone with common sense would do. I'm cutting ties with you. How could you do this on a day like this? You ruined my party! All I wanted was for everyone to have a good night at my party. No one wants to spend New Year's Eve with an old hag like you. They'd rather spend it with someone who isn't a complete brat. If I can't have my party here, I'll head over to Michelle's house. I'm not spending tonight alone. Do you even know where she lives? She hasn't told you for a reason. She doesn't want you to know. This can't be happening. Don't expect us to be coming over to any more of your future parties. Connor and I are planning to spend our time with people we care about. We're planning to move shortly either way, so you won't be able to find us if you try. You're moving? But wait! What about me? You can't be seriously planning to leave me alone like this. And that's not all either. Your husband is also planning to move out as well. What? He didn't say anything about that to me. Why would he tell you? You'd only cause trouble like you always do. He's been dealing with you for years now and was reaching his boiling point. But about 2 weeks ago, he let us know that he made his decision and was going to divorce. You should be getting your side of the divorce papers shortly. You don't have to worry about any of us anymore. You won't be seeing any of us. Divorce? But how could he? You finally realize what trouble you're in? You've been leeching off of him all your life, haven't you? But after the divorce, you won't have anyone else you can boss around or take advantage of. What are you doing? Are you trying to ruin my life? Is this revenge for everything I did to you? Of course. And I'm loving every second. I'd make plans. You don't have much time left. You're going to be alone in no time. You better get things ready. But I can't live alone like this. I don't know what it's like to live alone. Then you better get ready. Your new life is waiting for you. You don't have a say in this either. Everyone is leaving you, and that's that. I'll make you pay for this, Natalie. I won't let you ruin my life and get away with it. You can try and make me pay. But we're going to be moving. And we have no plans telling you where we're going. Anyway, we're going to enjoy the rest of our night. Have fun celebrating the new year by yourself. You can't do this to me! I can't do this! Please, don't do this! Please! I can't live alone for the rest of my life! Connor and I enjoyed the rest of our holiday at my parents'. Just like I told her, Susan received divorce papers for her husband the day after her failed party. She begged him to keep her around, but he had made up his mind. He wasn't going to be pushed around for another day. He chewed her out and let her know everything he was thinking, but never dared to say. After getting everything out, Connor's father refuses to talk to her and pretends she doesn't exist. She'll be kicked out of the house as soon as the divorce is done. I'm glad that Connor's father finally stood up for himself after all these years of abuse. While I have no intention of talking to my mother-in-law anymore, I hope to keep in touch with Connor's father. Things should be better now that she's out of our lives. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.